I'd like to call the meeting to order. If we could stand and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We have no visitors signed in wishing to speak. We'll move right into board and committee reports. I hear we have quite a few, so who would like to go
I'll
first?
start on this side. So we had a DEI committee meeting and revisited our goals that we incorporated into the strategic plan. And our committee now has kind of moved into the phase where we'll all morph into the building-based committees to continue working on all of the strategic planning initiatives with the focus that the committee was able to put onto the strategic plan over the course of the last couple of years.
Great.
Tech committee, we met, and as I said, I think everybody got an information from Amy, an update about what happened. But I just wanted to reiterate the need that we need to update the district AI policy annually, I think. And I talked to Amy and Donna, they agreed. And so I just want to know, so do we need to vote on that so that comes up, so that Debbie puts it in front of the policy committee so next year, or how does that work? So
I think we can make a note of it, maybe a follow-up action item. We typically will wait till we get updates from BOCES Policy Services, but if that's one that we want to take a look at on our own in advance of any update from them, we'll just at some point put it at one of the meetings to take a look at.
well, I guess that's what does the board agree? I mean, I feel pretty strongly. It seems like things are moving so fast, and just from the kinds of things we've been hearing about in the tech committee, it's like, my own feeling about it is we're gonna make mistakes implementing an AI policy. It's just almost because we just can't foresee the future. So to try and, I think, keep eyes on it as often as possible, right, mitigate any kind of mistakes that we might make.
Yeah, I mean, without having it in front of me at the moment, I know the original policy was written to be broad and generic enough where it's not specific, where it would be out of date, so to speak, as that technology evolves, but it's certainly something to look at to see if there is a need for revision.
If I may make a suggestion, since this is coming from the tech committee, maybe the tech committee makes it their goal to revisit it annually. And if they feel that there should be revisions, then they can bring it forward to the superintendent.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's okay.
I don't know, when I asked Amy about it, I said, how do you, when you get how would it come? And she said usually she gets a directive from you, and then that would be, so
not
rather
alone
than.
with that. But I think that's a good idea. So we can work on that internally, and I can talk to Dr. Shanahan about the meeting schedule of the tech committee and where that may fit in. But that is a good suggestion, because that committee of anyone would have a pulse on that technology and its evolution. And if you guys look at it and have suggestions, then we can bring those to the policy committee.
I have two. Did you have?
No, I don't have any.
Oh, you don't have any. I have two committee reports for this evening. Our first one is the policy committee. We met on April 28th to review 4 policies. And you all should have seen them on the update this week. 1 new policy and 3 revised policies. The first new policy is 3311. There was a change in the laws around FOIL notifications, and we were able to create a policy that reflected those changes. Policy 3421 is a revised policy with some changes to language, and it's basically the previously approved policy from 2020. Policy 5661 included some changes to membership, adding some new outside professionals and building level wellness teams, as well as some revisions to the school meal section. And policy 1210 was revised to add the new student representative on the Board of Education. Exciting. And then our district safety committee met yesterday evening. We started our meeting with some reviews of the workplace violence prevention form and reports, of which there were none this year, and a full review of the Safe Schools by Design Act, and the inclusion of safety features in our capital project, along with a full project update from Mr. Rampado. We spent some time reviewing the threat assessment process, and it was developed by a subcommittee, and the emergency responses use document that will be updated again over the summer to include some changes. And we discussed that training should take place around those emergency responses. And the last discussion topic, which took some time, was about the standard reunification methods. We broke apart into some small groups, and we discussed our procedures. And ACSD specific standard reunification method planning will continue, and we will review in detail during the fall meetings.
Just can I ask, like, in the Title IX sector, what were the changes that made? Do you remember?
We talked about just reverting back to the 2020 policy, so the changes just replaced that verbiage from 2020.
There was a change at the federal level that negated changes that were made since 2020 and reverted back to the previous 2020.
I mean, when I was going through it, I just didn't know when to look at like which verbiage.
Yeah, it
and what
wasn't
changed.
highlighted, it was a complete revision back to 2020, so I couldn't really specifically state the verbiage that was
Yeah.
changed, but it was just completely reverted.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks.
Welcome.
Any other reports? All right, to the superintendent's report.
Okay, thank you. I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Pigeon and our Pathfinders to present our students, teachers, and pets of the month for April, May, and June. Welcome.
Thank you. It's always a great opportunity, and we really appreciate your time and really shining a spotlight on Amherst Central High School and all the wonderful things our students are doing, our faculty, and our therapy pets. Without further ado, I'll give you April and May. I'll let the Pathfinders introduce themselves and introduce our nominees.
Hi, my name is Sophie Hannah. I'm a senior Pathfinder at Amherst.
I'm Declan Wolf. I'm also a senior Pathfinder at Amherst High School.
I'm Addison Rogers. I'm also a senior Pathfinder at Amherst. I'm presenting the Teacher of the Month for April. Our teacher for the month of April is Dr. Adine. Dr. Adine brings math to life, turning even the most challenging concepts into something approachable and engaging. Her passion for teaching and constant support of her students fosters a classroom where learning is not only encouraged, but truly thrived. This colleague is honored to write a recommendation for her colleague, who she has had the pleasure of working alongside as they co-teach geometry regions at Amherst High School. She is an incredibly dedicated educator who constantly goes above and beyond for her students and colleagues. Whether it's staying after school to provide extra help, designing engaging and effective lessons, or simply being a supportive mentor, she always puts her students first. Her passion for teaching is evident in everything she does. She devotes much of her time not only to ensuring her students succeed academically, but also to building meaningful relationships that support their overall well-being. Additionally, she puts extraordinary effort into mentoring her student teacher, guiding her with care and intention to help her become the best educator she can be. Her ambition, commitment, and compassion makes her a true asset to Amherst High School. And this teacher feels fortunate to work alongside someone who inspires those around her every day.
And we had two students of the month for the month of April, Christian Fogg and Fiona Robshaw, both of whom are here tonight. So Christian Fogg is a very charismatic student who always brings unique viewpoints to class discussions. He is enthusiastic about his academics, and his outgoing personality helps make class a lively environment where all are participating. Christian is always willing to help and has been an integral member of the design team for Latin Club the past few years. It has been a pleasure to have him in class all 4 years of his high school career and watch him grow into the chaotic, energetic, and funny individual that he is today. Ms. Mulvaney stated Christian is very friendly and sociable with his peers, and Ms. Klein offered that he is kind and respectful in class and always has a smile on his face. Ms. Tully shared that Christian is an outstanding student In PE, he always shows kindness and respect for others. He also has a competitive side and participates every day. Well deserved.
Nancy?
Oh, you want like a?
Yeah, sure, let's do that, there you go. Yeah, big cheese, thank you, appreciate it. Now you know where your kids are from?
Our other student of the month for April is Fiona Robshaw. Ms. Tully shared that Fiona is another great student of mine who also participates with a smile on her face. She is generous and overall kind soul. Mr. Chazen added that Fiona has always been a positive presence and a sincere friend. Her unprompted compliments and other acts of kindness are just instinctual, and she probably has no idea how easily she can brighten someone's day. Dr. Radine offered that Fiona is a wonderful candidate for Student of the Month. She is a diligent student who puts forth a lot of effort towards her rigorous course load. She has an infectious, positive personality and is always smiling. Fiona has worked hard to excel in AP Calculus. Throughout the year, she has taken the time to meet with me for tutoring during her lunch period to be sure she is confident with the material. She can often be seen working with her group members during class, both asking and answering questions. She's an absolute pleasure to have in class and a great human all around. Fiona also recently completed her Seal of Civic Readiness project by organizing her symphony of peers to perform concerts for the residents at Elderwood. Congratulations, Fiona.
And I will be presenting for May. Our teacher is Mr. Spielberger, and this was written by Aiden Elnicki, and many others nominated Mr. Spiels in May. Aiden Elnicki shared Mr. Spiels has done a great job not only this month, but his entire career helping out students. He's prepared hundreds for college, and his work is second to none. I would have nobody else but Spiel as my AP Euro teacher. Reese Myers added he's just the best. He's the sweetest teacher I've ever had. Theodore Good offered I can't imagine a better teacher to our grade's first AP class than Mr. Spielberger. While other teachers may have been able to prepare us for the test itself, Mr. Spiel found a way to make it so much less painful. The vastness of his knowledge and his ability to make anything a story is what makes his class so great. Along with that, his kindness and love for his subject and job makes walking into class every day a relief. As we know, we have nothing to worry about. He is retiring this year, and it is absolutely necessary that he is recognized for his decades of service. Mr. Pigeon added that Spiels was the perfect combination of heart and mind for teaching, leading this department for many years with respect and patience. Most important, his kindness was the most abundant supply in his classroom. Students learn best when they know they are cared for, and Mr. Spiels showed nothing but kindness to all the students while imparting a good-humored, high-quality instruction day in and day out. Mr. Spiels will be sorely missed at Amherst, and we wish Spiels nothing but the best for his next chapter. Now for the students of the month. Luca Strangus. Luca was nominated by classmate and team Rahib Anaf, and he shared Luca is a very gifted and hardworking student that has a very strong personality and has an amazing work ethic in sports. Coach Fidel added Luca has had an exceptional senior year, both athletically and academically. His relentless pursuit of excellence and his disciplined commitment to the mantra of jobs not finished have been the driving forces in his success in the classroom and alongside his teammates on the track. Alongside his packed academic schedule, including 7 APs, Luca has had 4 individual track school records and has helped his team set 4 relay school records. Mr. Bauer offered Luca might be the most unassuming academic and athletic all-star I've ever worked with. He has such an even temperament. I believe he performs so well because he has faith in his preparation. He seems unfazed by situations that cause others so much stress. Mr. Chazen added, simply put, Luca Strangus is a kind, reliable, and approachable friend to so many Tigers at ACHS. Simply put, but to an extent that is so rare to come across. Luca can have a meaningful conversation about anything with anyone and makes others feel heard and valued. I have witnessed this for years, and Luca probably doesn't even realize how he makes it seem so effortless to make someone stay. Next is Layla Dio. Layla was nominated by her classmate and sister Quinn Dio. Layla is a senior at Amherst Central, and she has been such a great influence to me as a sophomore. As Layla's sister, my whole life has been aided by her coming before me, and now more than ever I feel the influence of her. She recently got her seal of biliteracy for Spanish, which encourages me to keep on track to get my seal of biliteracy for French when I become a senior. She also has shown me that being a good student while also leaving time to have fun with your friends is achievable. Miss Scalzo shared Layla transferred to Amherst at the start of her junior year. A tough time in general to be starting fresh, and I remember worrying a little for Layla the first day we met. She was nervous and obviously very bright, and she had a huge list of activities she was previously involved in and wanted to still be involved in at Amherst. It was such a rigorous list of things, and I worried that Layla would struggle to balance all of it while making new social connections. However, Layla very quickly showed me that she could rise to the challenge. Over the next few months, she seamlessly transitioned to a proud member of our student body. She joined sports teams, our musical programming, and she confidently engaged in all of her classes. Layla hit the ground running and has been an incredible asset to our school sense. She is flexible, ambitious, and has been very impressive to work with. She even earned a lead in our operetta this year and a spot in our exchange program that traveled to Italy this winter. In the time Layla has been here, she has also made a point to see me regularly. She is curious and talented in so many areas, so she often wants to discuss her classes, her future options, and what would make the most sense for her as she moves on. Usually I would say that I don't know a student well after working together for such a short time, but for Layla, these meetings have helped us build a very solid understanding of one another. She is absolutely one of my best students, and I can confidently say she is ready for college. Layla's biggest and only challenge will be deciding on just one career to pursue. She loves art, music, science, and writing. She will benefit from a college where she can sample many different classes and continue to pursue a variety of areas until she can better define what would make her happiest in a career. Mrs. Winslow shared whether gracing the stage with her show-stopping performance expertise or basking in the glow of her latest visual art opus, Layla is a master at all she does. Among her peers, she is patient, kind, and steadfast, acting as a beacon of excellence and creative genius. Layla is a dance virtuoso, stunning crowds with her strength, poised elegance, and choreographed brilliance. Above all, Layla cares. She's caring as she is artistic. Miss Tully added Layla Dio is an intelligent student who shows initiative through leadership and active participation in class. She consistently displays respect and kindness to all who surround her. She's been a wonderful student this year, and she will be greatly missed. And last but certainly not least, congratulations, Benny. We are thrilled to celebrate Benny Goodman, the pet therapy dog, being named Pet of the Year for Amherst High School. Benny, your years of devoted service to SPCA's Pause for Love program have brought immeasurable comfort, joy, and stress relief to Amherst students. Your gentle presence and wagging tails have brightened countless Wednesdays, offering a unique source of support during challenging times. The Pause for Love program is known for spreading joy and comfort across Erie County, and with therapy animals like you making a meaningful difference in schools, libraries, and many other community spaces. You have truly embodied the spirit of this program, helping students feel less anxious and more connected, and making the high school a warmer, happier place. Thank you, Benny, for your unconditional love and for being such a special part of the Amherst community.
Oh, me? Oh, Jim, come on. Look at that. He's going to be sit down.
There we go.
Congratulations.
Oh, yes.
That concludes our Student of the Month, Teacher of the Month, and Pet of the Year awards.
I do say this every time we do this, but I mean it. Great kids and pets don't just happen. They're the result of a lot of hard work and great parenting. So congratulations to all of you. Parents, thank you for your collaboration and partnership. You should be very proud of your students and what you've done as far as raising them. We are thankful for your continued support and very, very proud of your children. Great job. We are also going to have a little bit more meeting time and won't be offended if you want to leave and go on with the rest of your night. It actually feels like a pretty good night for ice cream. I'm just saying, if my kid is getting an award tonight, I might do that, but it's up to you. You might have to get home and study or do some other things. But congratulations and thank you, and we won't be offended if you decide to carry on with the rest of your night.
Thank you.
Come on up, Mr. Adams. You're not part of the
We'll leave after
Well, first off, thanks Superintendent Janella and the board for allowing me this opportunity to encapsulate our year. There's a lot that goes into what we do in health, phys ed, and athletics, so I'll do my best to kind of put it all in one place for you so you can get a glimpse of the enrichment that our programs are providing to our students and our staff. Follow us on Twitter or Instagram, Amherst Tigers. Just some of the things I'll be going through today. Obviously our mission, everything we do is attached to our mission in athletics. Athletics by the numbers for the year, our participation rates. Obviously attached to our mission is excellence, our educational and competitive experience. We'll also touch on sportsmanship, character, and leadership, as well as competence, civility, and citizenship, i.e. culture, that's also attached to our mission. Our Amherst Strength and Conditioning Program, which is becoming more and more robust each year, and our Amherst Health and Physical Education Programming. And this year I was able to do it within each building, kind of spotlight everything from one building to another. So obviously I talked about our mission and kind of the buzzwords that are attached to our mission you'll see within the presentation. So this year, grades 7 through 12, we had 723 athletes come through our programs. So all of our athletics programs, from our middle school to our high school, 723 kids and student athletes our programs are implementing. All right. So athletics by the numbers. I like to look at those students that are participating in 3 sports, 2 sports, 1 sport, and kind of see the ebbs and flows of that, along with breaking everything down by class and kind of the percentages there, and see the ebbs and flows of the class, our intake coming in from each class, to see where focuses need to happen and things we need to touch on. So I'm very proud to say for this year we had 128 student athletes that played 3 or more sports. 2 sports, this was a high jump this year of about 50 student athletes to 269 played 2 sports, and 308 participated in 1. So obviously our goal is to keep shifting towards the 2 and 3 sports, but obviously our kids do so much in our district, which is great, so we try and maximize their participation in everything. Just some numbers by the high school, by class. So our freshman class, we have a total participation rate of 54%. Excellent. You'll hear me say that a lot when we're talking about participation numbers. We're through the roof and in a really good place as far as our participation numbers. Sophomores, we're at a 62% participation rate. Juniors, 52%, and seniors, 51%. These are excellent numbers for a high school our size. We always try to maintain, and obviously the ebbs and flows of intake affect these numbers, but we're in a really hot spot for our percentages and our numbers with our kids' participation. So that leaves us a total participation rate of 55% in all of our high school, 9 through 12. Excellent. Over 50 is really highly effective athletic programming for a school our size. So kudos to our district and everybody that has a part in that. I like to break down the middle school also because that's our future. Those are the kids that are getting started in interscholastic athletics. So 7th grade, again, we're at a 51% participation rate, and 8th grade, a 63% participation rate. Again, another high number, which leaves us at a middle school participation total of 57%. Another excellent number, and we'll keep working to maintain and strive for those numbers. So what does interscholastic or education-based athletics do for us? We see increases in academic achievement, increase in school attendance, obviously graduation rates, fewer disciplinary problems, increased test scores for those involved in even higher level classes, and we keep those dropout rates low because the kids are participating in their school. Our motto is, if you're participating in school, you'll succeed. So just a couple of numbers as far as the educational experience is concerned. I like to look at attendance and behavior within our middle and our high school. So our attendance, our tardies, our lates to school, not getting here to school on time, it's less than 3% throughout the year, which is excellent. So that attaches to kind of that athletics piece of keeping our student athletes in school. And behavior, referrals are less than 1% that our athletes are affected by any behavioral issues in their schools, which is also great. It just shows what interscholastic athletics is doing for our student athletes. On to excellence in the educational experience. I always love to recognize our scholar athletes, those students that have 90s or above throughout their seasons, teams that have a collective, a cumulative 90 or above average on their teams. And this year, 29 of our 31 varsity programs will recognize the scholar athlete teams, and that's the cumulative average of a roster 90 or above, which is excellent. So that means there's some rosters that are 15 student athletes, some that are 40. So we're really proud of that. This year, again, we met the requirements again to be a school of excellence, as we did this past year, which we'll talk about later. And another great number, over 200 individual scholar athlete awards given through all 3 seasons. So 200 individual scholar athletes within our programs getting 90s or above in their academics. Something else I love to celebrate is those scholar athletes that are doing 3 or more sports. And this year we had 35. Those student athletes are exceptional, and I like to honor them as well. So this is the Scholar Athlete School of Excellence Awards we received in the fall for the previous season. This means that 75% of our varsity programs, which we have 31 here in Amherst, received a 90 or above on their rosters. And then there's the School of, the School of, I think it's Achievement, and that's 100% of your teams are a 90 or above. So that's always our goal. We're 2 teams away. And I always have this fun little competition between our teams, and we post and celebrate those teams that have the 90 or above, and we post their averages. And that just gives the kids something to be proud of, our coaches something to be proud of, because our coaches work diligently to make sure our student athletes stay on track because of the importance it is to the department. Keeping the theme of Scholar Athlete in Western New York, they give all Western New York Scholar Athlete Awards, which is delivered from a committee out of Section 6. Our coaches have to submit transcripts and things like that for this. And so far we have 7 to date, which is excellent, from all different sports. And spring is to be announced, so we'll have a few more, I'm guessing, as well. So these scholar athletes are considered the best of the best, not only from our point of view, but also a committee's point of view out of Section 6. So congratulations to them. The competitive experience, I'll kind of go through fall, winter, and spring. But my number one goal is the experience of our student athletes and the experience of our coaches. So I'll start here with cross country. There's our guy Luca. Luca's got another award. He's in here a lot. As you heard from his description from his award, he has a high expectation for himself to compete. Abby Lamb, congrats to her, Section 6 champion this year. And both boys and girls cross country teams were ECIC champions in their divisions this year. In girls tennis, Anna and Ada were Section 6 doubles champs this year. They really put themselves on the map, and they won another bid to states. which is also a great experience for our kids just to even be there and see the competitive level just within our state. So it's just a great opportunity to send them there and to hear what they have to say about what they experienced there and the competitiveness. And not just that, just the social aspect of it and meeting peers and colleagues within their sport and their grade level. This year golf excelled as well. There's our guy Jack Lipinski. He was the #1 seed out of ECIC and the #1 seed as a Section 6 champ going into states this weekend actually. And Tyler Weslowski was also competing there as well. There's a picture of Jack winning that Section 6 state champion. That's the first in Amherst history that we had an individual golf champion. So congrats to him and Coach Jones. We had it for soccer, Sophie Rourke. She was all Western New York first team and player of the year. Congrats to her. She was also Channel 7 Super 7 Scholar Athlete. So that was a neat experience. The whole team comes out, watches her get interviewed, and they did just a nice segment for her in that award. Getting into winter, our boys team were ECIC champions again. And both our boys and girls team made it to finals once again. Ultimately fell short, but I'm so proud of these two programs and how well they work together. And I'm also proud of Ada, who reached her 1,000th point here at Amherst, which is it's a tough feat to do, and she joins a pretty eclectic group of great athletes that achieve that status here at Amherst. Also, Powers, he broke a ton of school records this year. He's also going to school for it. So I just wanted to make sure we recognize him. I broke a nice school record in the girls relay with second place at sectional finals, which is pretty tough to do. So congrats to them. Also wrestling, going to states. Winter, we were busy. We had a lot of kids excel, which was awesome, and it was a lot of fun. Quinlan, he won the ECIC, and he was a Section 6 champ, and he also was able to go to Albany and compete in states, and that's an MVP arena. It's a huge stage, and congrats to him for moving up the ranks in his senior year. Bowling had one great year, missed first place sectional champion by 10 pins this year, which was great. They had a great experience, those boys, and we had a couple go to states. Johnny Kramer earned a spot on the state team, and he finished 7th at the state tournament. So another one of our student athletes that was able to experience the state championship experience. All right, in girls bowling, winter, as it went back to states once again, she was 4th in sectionals this year, which makes the team in the top 7. And she was 3rd overall at states, which was excellent. So she has a bright future ahead of her as well. Our track team just patched up this year at sectionals. Super proud of them and what they've accomplished. They have such a hardworking group on the boys and the girls side. Our coaches have worked really hard with those kids to show them that higher expectation and that higher level, and they're reaping the benefits of those rewards. So congrats to them. Getting into more specifically with track, Emma Lippo was a Section 6 champion and Abby Lamb 2nd place here at Indoor, which got them a bid to states and the state championship. Emma finished 3rd overall, and Abby finished 9th overall at states. So congrats to them. Indoors, if you've ever been to an indoor track meet, it's insane. There's a bunch of people everywhere, but they get it done, and it's a pretty neat experience for our kids at Ocean Breeze. That's just a picture of them kind of outside having a good time before they had to get competing. Emma, again, she earned a national time from that state meet to be in Nike Nationals, and she represented herself in Nationals, so congrats to her to get to that level. Getting into the spring, we've had varsity flag football. It started with the NFL and the Buffalo Bills supporting us. Well, it grew so much that the modified program has grown as well. So this year, thanks to the Buffalo Bills and the support of the district, we were able to start a modified program. This was their inaugural season, so our 7th and 8th grade girls were able to compete this year we created a schedule as ADs within the ECIC for those that had modified teams at 7th, 8th grade, or some had 7th and 8th and 9th grade. But that experience for them, if you talk to any one of them, was excellent. The Buffalo Bills had them out for a jamboree. They competed at home, away. It's just these kids that maybe would not do another sport were able to participate this year, and had 20 girls come out, which is excellent. So that's 20 more student athletes participating in our program. Aiden Belisle, he also earned his bid to states. This year he was 3rd in sectionals in a tough bracket. So congrats to him. He goes to states this weekend, so this weekend's a busy weekend for us with track, baseball, golf, and tennis. So good luck to him as he competes this weekend. As of recent, our boys are again A1 back-to-back champions. Congrats to those boys and coaches. They had such an exciting season. Spring hasn't been kind to us. So I think they finally got on a diamond in May, maybe a dirt diamond in May. But they all just come together, and our coaches do such a nice job of keeping them in the groove of things. And they started off kind of cold because it was cold, but then they turned it around this half. From the A1 at the crossover, they also beat Dunkirk in the Class A championship just this past Saturday. So congrats to them, and this is their 2nd year in a row that they're Class A champions. So again, congrats to those guys. They play this Friday at 4 o'clock at Innovative Field, where the Rochester Red Wings play at 4 p.m. So good luck for those guys. With track, this year we were able to host our first track invitational. We kind of found a sweet spot in the schedule. We had about 30 some schools, about 24 full teams, and the rest were kind of half teams. The place was buzzing, it was great, the facilities looked great. It was probably the best ran invitational I've been a part of. So congrats to the kids involved, the coaches that helped organize it. Every office was involved in this to make it work, so thank you for allowing us to have it. It was a huge success. And then with track again, Liliana and Luca were just crushing school records this spring. Luca in the 1600 and the steeplechase. And our guy Owen, he was an ECIC champion last weekend, and a lot of these athletes are competing this weekend at this state qualifiers. So good luck. I think we have 15 athletes that are eligible to compete. Going into our unified experience, this program has just become so robust in the involvement from coaches to parents to staff to the district. I'm just so proud of what we've done with this program. This is just a couple shots from our bowling season. They had a great season. It's always fun going to their culminating events at the lanes, and it's a great time, and it's such a great experience for our kids, athletes and partners alike. Our basketball season, basketball is growing so much within the unified world and the Special Olympics. They just came back from their culminating event at the Rock in West Seneca last week. That's always a special time for our kids. We also switched with Maryvale this year. We went to Maryvale for a day game, an assembly game where the whole school comes in and they put on their game in the middle of the day or right before dismissal, which was a great experience for our kids. They always love it. We found out we had a lot of great dancers at halftime that I didn't know about, but they came out of their shell and the cha-cha slide came on. So congrats to that unified program with all of the programming and the participation. We were recognized as a National Unified Champion School by the Special Olympics of New York and the Special Olympics National Organization. This is a really prestigious award. We're the 11th school in New York State to be considered a champion school. This is an application process. It's connections and relationships with the Special Olympics, which was real easy for us because we always treated Unified as any other varsity sport, and that's their goal, is to create this experience for this interscholastic experience for our students. And so it was easy to fill out this application. We had a lot of great people involved. We just filled in the blanks because we were already doing so many great things. The last pieces to it were kind of that inclusion of the assembly game, which that has caught on so fast, like a wildfire, and seeing not only the kids on the court get excited, but our students in the stands. So congratulations to especially Coach Higgins and Mary and our Yak Club. They put so much work in and time and effort into this program, and this award is well deserving of that effort. So congrats to them, and congrats to Amherst. It's super special. So just some athlete recognition. Anytime we have a chance to recognize our athletes, we do so. We start with NLI Signing Day celebrations in the fall. These are our D1 or D2 signings. We had 4 this year. Congrats to those guys that are moving on. We also had 14 college-bound athletes that are going D3, which is a great number. It's a high number, and we celebrate those student athletes here in the spring with a breakfast and a recognition in the gym. And it's a nice special time to get together with them and their parents and some of their friends. We also have our social media, if I didn't mention that at the beginning. I keep this, it's kind of our personal journal. The kids really enjoy it. The kids partake in it. We recognize from senior nights to competitions over the weekend or invitationals. Anytime we can recognize our kids, why not? And it's a great platform for us. Going to sportsmanship, our district, again, this year was given the Award of Excellence from NFHS. This is another application process that we have things in place with our programming. It also talks to things like ejections, player write-ups, and things like that. And we met the criteria for that once again. So congratulations to Amherst. We also partake in a lot of character activities, whether it's Heart of a Champion character awards or invitational awards or tournament awards. Our kids are constantly earning these character awards, and that just goes to show their level of character on the court while they're in a competition setting. You could see a student athlete while they're in the classroom and they could be a silent student, but you see them on the court or on the mat or on the field, and you bring out a total other side to them, and that's what makes them so special. Leadership, not only are we recognizing our student athletes, but also our coaches and new teachers and things like that. This year, Taylor and Coach Higgins earned the Section 6 Sportsmanship Award, which is given in the fall at an awards banquet. So congrats to them. And we had the opportunity this year to have some new teachers that are also new coaches to meet with them and celebrate them was also special this year. We have this mantra of just be the example. So we have coaches that go to clinics. They live the life outside of what they teach to our student athletes. And kudos to them, whether it's clinics, personal runs, mountain runs, that they're not only just talking, they're walking the walk as well. Coach Keppel, she's up for 2025 Runner of the Year again. Coach Kenzie, notable ECIC Coach of the Year. I think this is his 12th time earning it in his career, so congrats to him. And Coach Adamy, who's our girls ice hockey coach here at Amherst for our merged Clarence, Amherst, and Sweet Home team. She was recognized with Section 6 Coach of the Year, excellent award, and she's also recognized by the V as All-V Coach of the Year, so congrats to Nicola. From the adults that work with our student athletes, we like to provide this new kind of world of providing leadership opportunities for our student athletes as well. Learning from others, not just hearing it from us, but from speakers like Liquid Basketball Coach Fitch and those types of guys and gals that had to give those inspiration. You sit in front of these speakers and you just see the kids' eyes light up. And it's kind of like this aha moment. Oh, the things you were telling me the last 6 years. Oh, that guy's saying it too. So it's always a great time out of school to kind of to meet with these kids and be around them as they learn in their leadership roles and provide those leadership opportunities for them. So that's just kind of a snapshot from that summit. This is the second year we're doing it. ADs get together and organize this event. And it's been a success each year. Again, it's our second year, and it's a great opportunity for our students to participate in. From student leadership, we go to culture. So what makes us Amherst, right? And it's the things we do when we're not competing, in my opinion. Anything from painting the pool, food drives, all of the things our student athletes and faculty do. They get together for a faculty basketball game. This year, we were able to get a donation from Wegmans and P&G given by Keon Coleman, which was a great experience for our cheerleaders, our cheerleading coaches, our football coaches and flag football coaches. I think our favorite part of that was after, when he was walking, and he said, "Hey, do you guys have a basketball court?" And we walked through the high school to the North Gym, and he shot hoops for probably, half hour, 45 minutes, and even had a dunk contest with one of our kids. So it was a pretty neat experience for our student athletes. Our student sections at our games are second to none, some of the best in the ECIC in Western New York. But more importantly, our connection with our youth and our elementary age students. This is something that's important to me, and I think is catching on with our coaches, because a lot of our coaches have already been doing this, whether it's through their programming or our robust community ed programs. It's super important to not only engage with our youth and elementary age students, but to have our varsity and JV athletes be those connections and give them those leadership opportunities as well, from lacrosse camps to youth basketball camps, and giving our students opportunities like boys basketball going to Michigan, or girls basketball going to Syracuse, or going to UB, and meeting all of those people. Those are enriching our programs outside of coming here and practicing after school and going home, playing games and going home. Our coaches are putting in that time outside of their families and putting in the effort with our student athletes. It's paying dividends, the experience that we're providing our student athletes. This middle picture is one of my favorite times of year in the wellness fair, where I'll talk about later, but where our student athletes get with our youth, and it's super great seeing them sign their autographs and sign their little things that boosters hand out. It's a pretty amazing experience, and the kids' eyes light up, and they're looking at these giants, and the varsity kids get a kick out of it as well. And that's just a picture of Dane Smith wearing our jersey in warm-ups, which is pretty great for the Buffalo Bandits. So we're out there, we're doing things, we're spreading the Amherst name with pride. Something that's also attaching to athletics is community, bringing the community back into our athletics programs, attaching our alumni, parents, being involved, whether it's a boys lacrosse community day, which was a hit, our girls basketball team doing a girls and women in sports game, which we held at Damon this year, which was a huge success, or girls lacrosse doing a community night and bringing their alumni back. This is another piece that our coaches are going the extra mile for, and reaching back out to Tigers, because that Tiger, once a Tiger, always a Tiger mentality, bringing that back to us and bringing that culture back. Not that it ever went away, but we want to bring it closer than ever. That's culture. This year, or actually last year, I started doing this postseason sectional update each season. So in Section 6, everything's all over the place. So I bring it into one place. And what this has done, not only for our staff and faculty to see the schedules, fall tickets, get updates and photos on all of our kids, this has brought that kind of enrichment to their classroom, where I'll get stopped in the hallway and say, "Oh, thanks for sending that out, because I talked to so-and-so, and I only see him in math class, but I didn't know he did this in track." And that creates that connection in the classroom for our teachers, and I think it's helped a ton. And we link it to our website. We did kind of a soft opening with it, but it's something that we'll continue to do and keep updated. To strength and conditioning, we've started obviously making this a lot more robust. We have morning sessions now, and we have provided the program in the afternoons. Coach Bauer and Warbitsky are still a huge part of this, and we work at it every year, and we get more and more participants every year. So congrats to them, and that's been a huge asset to our district. And going into the Amherst Health and Physical Education staff, this is from a PD in the fall where we all get together. Anytime we can all get together, we gotta take a picture. So we have some great teachers on our staff in all of our buildings. So I just want to recognize some of the things that they do and some of the newer things that they're doing and we've done. High school, we've done a ton. We really brought that PD and health community together. We brought in Kenmore Rugby Club, who did in partnership with Rugby New York, and they took over our PE classes for a week and taught our kids kind of a non-traditional public school unit of rugby, and the kids had a blast. So much so that we did a professional development with our staff. So the middle and high school, did a professional development on it, and we'll continue to kind of work that into our programming as well. Again, the high school badminton tournament was another success this year. This year we also had the National Guard take over, where they come in and do these fun activities and fun games with our high school students. And that's always a fun time watching them kind of teach our classes. But they promise it's not a recruiting tactic, which they don't hand anything else. We also continued our partnership with Acing Autism with the charity pickleball tournament. And as far as health, we have Ms. Grossman and Tully really took on a challenge this year where our 10th grade is receiving from the Team Mental Health First Aid grant the training that they need from the student level. So what they do is they take our classes, they take our kids, 10th graders out of class 6 times, not consecutively, but throughout the year, and they provide this type of training through that Team Mental Health First Aid grant. And lastly, in health, the National Health Education Standards had changed to a skill-based standard. We have successfully implemented that life skills curriculum this year within the high school curriculum, so we're super proud of that as well. In the middle school, something I'm super proud of with them is they kind of beefed up their intramural program by providing bowling. So Coach Beckman takes our students that sign up for those intramurals to the lanes, which is something out of the ordinary, which I love. And through civic readiness, the student kind of came to us with this idea that to start a unified intramurals at the middle school level. So just like we have unified sports, they had a unified intramural and they did basketball, which was a lot of fun. Windermere, they have their Bandits Day where the bandits come in and they teach our classes the sport of lacrosse, which is also super great. You see them signing autographs, they give the kids tickets, which is also great. This year we partnered with the Greater Buffalo Adapted Sports Wheelchair Program. This program provides wheelchairs to schools or organizations, for that matter, to kind of teach what adapted sports is and what that looks like. And so everybody has that inclusion feel and feels what that looks like, as well as Project ACES. So we're super proud of what Greater Buffalo came in and did for both Windermere and Smallwood. Smallwood, we kind of beefed up our partnerships within the community, and we get great use out of those new pickleball courts. So between Taekwondo and the Tennis Center and partnerships with USTA Tennis and the American Heart Association, they've had some robust programming throughout the year. Even with our PE programs, lead-ups on the outdoor courts, and grades 3 through 5 tennis and pickleball lead-ups. So we're getting a lot of use out of that just from in the PE program. And lastly, the Amherst Wellness Fair, we had more vendors than ever, 30 community vendors. This year we really had a focus from a strategic planning standpoint of the first phase of kind of implementing mental health and nutrition and the triad activities, which we've always done. We've never really labeled it, put it into action. It was just kind of always there. But it was an overwhelming success once again. We continue to improve that and enrich that program for our district. So that all being said, sorry if I was a little long-winded, but I tried encapsulating that into a nutshell for you. Engagement and leadership, our students, our coaches, our community, our athletes, they're engaged, and we keep embedding that into our culture. So I think we've accomplished our mission according to the beginning, and thank you for your support.
59 slides, 30 minutes. I didn't think it could be done. You did it.
Told you.
Yeah, I mean, that is a lot to review and a lot to oversee, so I'm thankful for your leadership and thank you for sharing all the wonderful things happening under your leadership in health, phys ed, and athletics. That is it for the superintendent's report for tonight.
All right, well, then we will need a motion for new business items.
I'll make a motion to approve item D, consent of new business, personnel, and financial items.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of approving new business item D1, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our new employees who will be joining us. If you wouldn't mind, just stand up, tell us your name and what building you're going to be at, because we enjoy hearing what you're going to be doing. Sure.
LaRon White, middle school counselor.
Fantastic.
Mackenzie Shanahan, school social worker at Windermere.
Jessica Salmaker, kindergarten teacher at Windermere.
Sarah Munal, I'll be a physical therapist floating among the schools in the district.
Fantastic. Welcome to our team. We look forward to working with you. Ms. Custodian, do we have any follow-up action items?
Just to revisit the AI policy, and perhaps incorporating it with the tech committee.
Great. And we will need a motion to convene to executive session.
I'll make a motion to convene to executive session to discuss employment of a particular person.
I'll second. All in favor of convening to executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Congratulations. Welcome.